Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It is your boy, the Hip Hop Lobbyist, coming live and direct from Just Politics Studios. And I have my girl, the Alaina Show.
What's up?
Margie, there's been a lot going on in the world.
It has.
Like, this is one of the worst April Fools ever. First and foremost, I want to be real with you. I don't know if most of everybody in the world has to know. Nipsey Hussle died yesterday afternoon in LA in front of the storefront that he owned. He was assassinated, I would say. I think that's being lost in a lot of the controversy here. This whole conspiracy theory that, you know, what's his name?
Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi.
About him.
Yeah, Dr. Sebi. Like, this whole conspiracy that Nipsey was killed over that documentary. It's like he's not even in the ground yet, and people are already making these conspiracy theories. But they took out what is, some could arguably say, could be the Tupac of our generation. I mean, I wasn't really a huge fan until Victory Lap.
Same.
But going back, listening to some of his early stuff, I was like, wow, I'm late. But this bro been teaching, not only preaching about black economics, black wealth, social economic conditions, cryptocurrency, a little bit of everything. He was way ahead of the curve, light pop. And I really didn't realize so many people would be hurt by this. I mean, it kind of takes it back from other things going on. Gay Tupac had his charges dropped, exonerated some aspect, but then the state attorney came out and said, oh no, he's not exonerated. He's not like Trump. The Mueller report dropped. We still haven't seen it yet. Mueller basically let Trump off, and it kind of puts a situation where politically, how the Democrats gonna beat Trump? I mean, Biden can't even do it right now because a Me Too allegation is coming out. Supposedly, he kissed some lady in the back of her head, and she feels some type of way.
She does.
This is Just Politics Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the links below. Somewhere it'll be dropped in here.
You'll be down below, or up top.
Up top.
Either way, doesn't matter. It'll be somewhere on the screen.
For everybody on podcasts who are listening on Apple, Spotify, Acast, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, and every other podcast streaming service, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment. Tell your friends. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, Instagram, all over the place. This is Just Politics and Podcast Boy, the Hip Hop Lobbyist, and the Alaina Show. That is our intro. And the Alaina Show, go ahead, man. Tell me your thoughts. Pick any portion that you want to start at. The Nipsey piece is going to be a
I feel good. We could just start right with Nipsey. Rest in peace to him. That is seriously just terrible news to hear. I mean, he was right in front of his place of business, and to get, shot at, and guess from the stories that his child was there with him, which is even more horrible because now a child has witnessed such horrific violence in front of their face. It's just really sad. Both me and you said, we just started listening to Nipsey. Like, I knew who he was, obviously, because he was dating Lauren, and, prayers to her.
The whole family, man.
Yeah, the whole family, everybody. So I knew who he was, but I had never really listened to the music. I knew about, things that he was doing, but I just never listened to the music. Then I listened to the Victory Lap album, and like I was saying, we talked earlier, it was an album that I listened to straight through multiple times. Like, it really didn't have any skippable tracks, and that's very rare. Very rare in some albums. And I just, I don't know, 2 days ago, I pulled up the album when I'm driving home, and I'm like, let me just listen to Victory Lap. Because it's just so many good songs on it. So, it's sad to see somebody so young. He was only 33 to have his life cut short over who even knows the reason why, but and I don't think that's really important at this present second. It's just very sad that he had his life cut short, and I'm not going to like espouse or go into the conspiracy theories that are floating around, just like out of respect for his family and everything, because none of that is important at this time. They just lost a relative. I don't want nobody, if I lost somebody like that, I don't want nobody to tell me about conspiracy theories. I don't give a shit about that at this time.
I mean, that's real. And for those of y'all who don't know, I mean, the conspiracy, of course, I think it's really based off the style, like how he was killed. 5 shots to the body, 1 to the head. And I know you have different confidentiality agreements. But the fact that I'm bothered, not only the fact that Nipsey's gone, but the fact that people were streaming the video of people, them trying to resuscitate him back to life. It's like everything put together. That's an assassination. That's not a shot. That's not a drive-by. That's like 5 to the body, 1 to the head, and other people only got shot once. Like, this was a targeted move, and some people could look at like Malcolm X, other people being assassinated that way, but it's heart-wrenching because I didn't even realize that Nipsey was like, that everybody was in love with the nigga for real. Like, it's crazy. And it puts everything in perspective. Like, of course, somebody dies, you love them while they're here. But at the same time, it's like, bruh, how? Why? This doesn't even make sense. Out of all the shit, this shit doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah. And just to touch on that really quickly, I think that's something that that we need to have conversations about is people posting videos of tragedy repeatedly. It's very painful. You got to think about people who are personally affected by that shit. It's very traumatic for them to see their loved one in such a state. I do understand, like, I'm sorry?
Who wants to see a dead body on their timeline?
So, like, there's a twofold thing to this, and it might seem like I'm playing a little devil's advocate. I'm not really trying to, but just it's a twofold thing. So here, one, it's reporting what happened. It's recording what happened. It's so that somebody can't say it wasn't real or it was fake or it was a hoax or anything like that. Like, this is a real situation, and this is how, maybe there might be evidence in the videos. You don't know. So there's that. But there's also, like, the constant resharing is, one, can be traumatic to the people most closely affected, so the family members, the best friends, whomever. And then secondly, it can be traumatic for people who have experienced other violent tragedies to receive something like that type of thing. Like, I think about I don't know if you remember this, but like a year ago when we had the whole shooting at the school at Stoneman Douglas, school, the children were in the rooms, recording the shots. And I remember watching the videos, and just all you can hear was these loud bangs. I never even heard anything that loud before in my life. And I just remember, like, every time it kind of just like make your heart jump. And then you see bodies of children on the floor bleeding. They're screaming. They're scared as hell. They don't even know what to do. But they also are recording it too. And it's just like, I don't know. It's hard to tell people not to record things as they're happening, but it's also hard to tell people not to share what happened. Because think about the whole thing with Alex Jones. Alex Jones for I don't know how many freaking years. And now he's being sued. So now he's trying to say he was being psychotic, right? Which is laughable. But, think about all those years he told those people that, Sandy Hook didn't happen. Those kids didn't get killed. That's a lie. That's a hoax. Like,
It's all propaganda to that audience that speaks about it. And people actually believe that. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Like there's a fraction of America and even a fraction of black folks who won't believe even what they see, and it's like, damn. And I get it. Like it's kind of like fight or flight, but it's with social media now. So it's like, okay, am I going to record this and tell people what happened, or am I going to record it and actually show them? And when I record it and show them, of course it's going to get shared, but everybody doesn't want to see it. It's like by the time I found out he was shot, NBC reported he was dead.
Yeah, same thing.
And it's kind of crazy, but rest in peace to Nipsey. On the real, this is going to be an ongoing conversation. Just Politics and Podcast, talking about Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace to the legend. Also recording YouTube. Where else? All the podcast streaming services. We're doing
all Spotify.
All of them.
All of them.
Just Google us. The Just Politicking Podcast. We are everywhere on the internet. Well, we should be. Find us. Either way, what else do we have as a topic? You know, there's some. I want to jump topics because I know we started off somewhere. The census is coming up, 2020.
Yes.
And I know that the Mueller report did highlight, you know, Russia did try to interfere on the election.
Hold up. We don't know what the hell the Mueller report says because
Trump ain't going down. That's one thing.
No, I don't think that's the way they're going to get him. I don't think that's the way. But we don't know exactly what it says because none of us have actually read it.
Because they don't want us to know. If they wanted us to know, we would know unredacted. But we paid for it, and we ain't going to get to know.
Yeah, as of right now, it looks like we're not going to know. So.
And that's crazy. However, they're going to let Trump walk. You see, you're trying to make me forget my topic. U.S. Census 2020. There are major problems on the arise. I want to let you know this now, and I will be talking about this again on the Just Politicking Podcast. But the U.S. Census has an issue because they believe other countries could be trying to cyber hack the 2020 census. Now, if you didn't know, you do the census every 10 years to get a head count of all Americans. So not only can we draw ungerrymandered congressional districts and state legislative districts and cities and counties and understand population growth, but it also trickles down to how money gets spent and dispersed into our communities. So the issue they're having now is that, one, they don't know if they're going to have enough money to fund the U.S. Census because people aren't taking their temporary jobs to do it. They're basically...
Yeah, and I heard they were paying like $18 to $20 an hour for it, too.
Bruh, they cut off their field program, though. So that was $18, $20 to walk neighborhoods and organize for people to do the census. But now they're worried about hacking. So they've teamed up with Facebook, Twitter, Google, all the outlets for accurate and fake news to get, I guess, the best product. But how important is the census to you is my question. Because I have a way that I feel it's important for us to do it, but I don't think people are going to do it the way they should because there's a lot of controversy. One other thing before you go, you're asking for citizenship. That if you tell on your census, you should be able to tell if you are a citizen or not.
I thought that question got struck down. They decided they weren't going to allow that question to be on there.
We were having a hearing about it this morning. Last I checked.
Oh, okay. I remember that they were trying to go to court over it, and I didn't. And I thought they said no, but that's been a couple months, so I could be wrong about that.
Census. What are your thoughts?
The census is important. It's important for a lot of different reasons. And I don't think it's a bad thing to do. I think the method of what we're trying, how we do it may have to change nowadays. Just because of the era and times that we live in, I think it has to be changed. But I do think it's important. We do need to know the breakdowns of what, of how many people we have living in our country, because all of these things go towards, funding for programs, funding for, they know about how many people they need to service, how many people are living in the area. This also goes for, voting districts and all that stuff like that. There's a lot of different.
Well, if they want to know if you're a citizen, should they know? I say yes.
See,
but not on the racial standpoint. I say yes for another reason. But go ahead.
I think I think it's important for them to know if you are a citizen or not. However, I don't think they should use your status as a citizen or not as a citizen to now have ICE enforcement. Like, I'm against that.
Not even that. I agree with you there. But I think they should put some kind of origin of nationality. Or does that make sense?
A place. Yes, I understand what you're saying.
So it's like if you're from Nigeria, if you're from Switzerland, if you're from Ireland, Australia, Jamaica, Cuba, Puerto Rico, wherever you're from.
Puerto Rico is.
I know, but they can still put Puerto Rican.
I got you. I'm just saying.
Right.
Just in case. It's not a whole nother. Still part of America.
See, the good thing about this Zoom meeting is I can actually look at you like, bruh, for real. And I'm not looking at you for real, but I see you for real. All that shit you talking. Anyway, I think it's necessary. And I have that other caveat question because there's a problem that I've been talking to with a lot of kingmakers in the political world. Mm-hmm. And for those of you who don't know, the Hip Hop Lobbyist, one of the best young kingmakers this side of the Mississippi, Mason-Dixon, and Pacific.
All them lines.
All right. So I've been telling folks as we reviewed the 2018 midterm elections, and people talked about the importance of the African American vote and who they are and how they swung against some black candidates, how they swung for some black candidates, and how some people really divided on different issues. And when we got down to the weeds of it, I said, who are these African Americans, Bill Cosby voice, you speak of? And basically everybody said to some point that, they don't know. And here's the issue. When you have data, when you have census, whatever, they basically end up grouping all blacks in together. Black, African American. It's all bundled in one. So when they look at us, whether it's a Nipsey Hussle or the Alaina Show or Hip Hop Lobbyist, Beyonce, yes, or even Ghost double kissing Beyonce. Let's not forget about that, right? They count and group us all. Wait. They count and group us all in together, right? So since they count and group us all in together, there's really no breakdown to say no. Jay-Z is like Black American, but whoop de whoop, Rihanna is from Trinidad or some shit, right? Turks and Caicos? Trinidad? Where's she from?
Who?
Rihanna.
She's from Trinidad.
Yeah, see, exactly. I was right. So anyway, there's really no breakdown. So she may identify as black, but there's nothing to say, okay, she's black Trinidadian, to say, okay, when you really break it down, who are black people? Because since it's been a 400-year breakdown.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's Barbados.
Yeah, don't nobody know, man.
I'm sorry.
I know.
That's Nikki. That's Trinidadian.
Either way, on the census, she's gonna be grouped as black, and there needs to be a lineage, at least some connection to where they're from. So that's why the U.S. citizenship / nationality portion should be included in the census. My perspective as a Democrat, that's how I feel. Mm-hmm. But either way, back to the main topics. Go ahead.
Wait, can we take a quick? I'm gonna come right back to this, but I want to just cut to something you just mentioned.
What was that?
So, this past weekend was the NAACP Image Awards, right? So, there was the Beyonce double kiss by Omari Hardwick that apparently had the whole Beehive acting fucking nuts. They was ready to cut that nigga head off.
Bruh, the Beehive is damn near a terrorist group bitch.
They was ready to cut that nigga head off. They ready to fucking get one of Danny's dragons and burn that nigga. Like, so bad.
Make sure you catching up on Game of Thrones. You got 2 weeks.
You got 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks. You're on Twitter heavy for the Game of Thrones.
Exactly. But did you see what Chris Rock said about our favorite topic, Gay Tupac?
You know more. Gay Tupac?
Yes. Did you see what he said about Gay Tupac?
Listen.
I thought I sent you that video.
I viewed it. Gay Tupac around here tripping. Chris Rock roasted his ass good. Like, hey, bro, you wasting like your light skin potential by having a whole hate crime. Like, check this out. On some real shit. You mean to tell me real niggas out here getting gunned down in the streets, building black wealth, but niggas who want to be famous posing fake hate crimes, talking about the Gay Tupac? Get your ass out of here, man. People got real problems out here in these streets, man. If they wanted a hate crime, if a nigga say, listen, we ain't talking about this shit for real. Think about this. When OJ got off from killing Nicole and the white boy, right? Think about it. He said, you know what? I want to find the killers. Real. When Jussie got off, he ain't say shit about, I'm trying to find the 2 white boys with the noose and the bleach walking around Subway in Chicago.
No, wait, did you see the article that said that somebody was in like whiteface, he thinks? Or the attorney?
Ain't nobody walking around ashy in the snow with a face mask on. How you know they got whiteface on, bruh? Think about that shit. You had a whole interview talking about, wait a minute, bruh, they had on masks. You mean to tell me they had on masks and whiteface? How would you know, bruh? How would you know? At 2 a.m. eating Subway. You see that gay nigga from Empire? Just MAGA country, nigga. Aren't you that gay nigga from Empire? That's not my name. I don't identify myself. You know when they fought me. Yeah, little G boys and big girls fight back. And when I say fight back, I don't mean bitch fight. Next topic, man. The Mueller report, man. Fuck.
All right. So we back on Mueller. I'm sorry. I had to just segue that real quick. Yeah, I mean, we don't know who we don't really know what the report says because we only know what the summary that William Barr has given us, and he says is that the president is totally clear or whatever. I mean, now I recently just read some articles, and there's some like controversy regarding Barr too, because apparently his son or son-in-law is on Trump's legal team, and then his daughter works for the Treasury. Now hold on, I'm finna bring this back. Hold on, wait, hold on, because we remember we just talked about they worried about the Russians possibly hacking into the census.
Yeah.
Well, I was reading that they said that the Russians done already hacked into the Treasury shit.
Bill, why they ain't hit my account? Why they ain't hit my account yet? That's the question you need to ask.
They said that the Russians had like hacked into the Treasury like years ago.
Anything over 10,000, $9.99 every week. $9.99. That $99. That's all you need. Vladimir, what's up? I ain't gonna hack shit. I just want the money. What's up? I want to buy some investment stocks. I want to buy these real estate investment trusts. I want to put some money back in the hood. I want to do what Nipsey was talking about. We got to continue the legacy. Because guess what? Everything Nipsey was talking about being real is in the richest man in Babylon. Like, I'll be real with you, the Alaina Show. One, I can see your text of your glasses. That's one. Two, I really have started reading more.
Yes.
Because my phone's been telling me my screen time is ridiculous. I mean, like.
I don't care. Y'all ain't finna tell me. Y'all don't tell me what to do. So.
It ain't about that. It's about at least being aware where you're spending your time. And when I thought about it, I'm like, damn, shit. 2-3 hours a week, 7 hours a week on social media. I cut that shit down to 4 hours, 2 hours. I'm reading 6 hours a week now. Bitch, what's up? And I ain't talking about newspapers. I'm talking about books. Niggas reading books.
I need to pick it back up. I haven't finished it yet, but I was reading Michelle's book, and I need to finish reading that. And my mom had went to a conference recently, and she got me a signed copy of
You don't even know.
Michael Eric Dyson's book.
Oh, doctor.
Yes, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson. Excuse me. Sorry. Gonna give him his appropriate titling.
Right. And we all got appropriate titles around this thing. I am the Hip Hop Lobbyist. That is the Alaina Show. Real quick, we'll have to wrap up this episode of the Just Politics podcast, but make sure you like, subscribe, click the links below. You gotta do this with me.
Do all of that.
You gotta click. You gotta point down like this.
Down there. Oh, sorry. Down.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
down.
Links. You gotta
down or up here. It could be up. It could be down. It could be up. It could be to the side. It'll be somewhere.
It'll be all over the shit.
It might be in the description. The link to subscribe might be in the description.
Hey, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment, share. Let us know what you think about the episode. Subscribe everywhere. Podcast streaming services: Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Acast.
Yeah, all that.
All of
everywhere. You can find us everywhere, and make sure you follow us on Instagram so that you can see when we post new episodes and just general updates.
That's right. And for our friends who are not watching but are listening, and you want to know where to find us, you can find us at the JustPoliticsKin podcast. Again, all the streaming services. This is your boy, the Hip Hop Lobbyist, the Alaina Show, signing out.
Good night.
Wait, how do I ain't gonna do that.